as a man the size of a bear came charging through the door, which Tawny had just spent the last few moments carefully trying to pick open in absolute silence, pressing himself against the wall at the last second as the door erupted into a rain of splinters and questionable carpentry, as another slightly shorter but vastly wider man came slamming into the first man. In a whirlwind of fists and cursing and guttural barbarian sounds from the heathen north. And it was all very up close and personal, and smacked of the type of situation you would want to be watching from the safety of the cheap seats. Certainly not right up on the front row where you might get blood on you, and a good amount of that blood might just turn out to be your own. And no sooner had they ducked and run past the two behemoths tearing each other to pieces than they realized that they had just run past the two runts of this bear clan, and that the big boys were all painting the courtyard arterial red. Aziz had no idea how that made a damn lick of sense, but Tawny explained that size was relative to size, and Aziz just shouted back how that really didn't matter when everyone was 3 heads taller than you to begin with. And to their mutual surprise, both ducking into a closet which had crumbled from within, making it into a door, they found themselves on the opposite side of the Narrows, and both of them in one piece. Alive and covered in blood, but it was with other people's blood, so that wasn't nearly as bad. No, it was a completely different kind of bad. And Aziz had someone's eyeball stuck dangling on the end of his earring. Tawny, good lad that he always tried to be, did away with that little bit of unpleasantness when Aziz was looking around, wondering how all of that was going on in there, and yet it was just business of the night as usual out here. And Tawny explained that Eruk was kind of a wild place for the uninitiated. And Aziz had asked if they had been initiated, what with picking half the locks in the Narrows and surviving an actual barbarian brawl in the likes of the deep dens. And Tawny said that it wasn't up to him. Likely decided by some mad old wizard surrounded with smoke rings and shadows and jinn and the like, all sat council with the mysterious and ancient king of all rats known to humans only as Ozymandias, with his glowing emerald eyes. And them being initiated or not, all likely came down to dice and pre-Euclidean geometry. And Aziz asked what that meant, and Tawny said he had no idea. It was all just according to a merchant he had been talking to a while back, who seemed to know all manner of assorted, esoteric weirdness. And Aziz asked what that meant when they needed to move on, as the commotion back inside was threatening to follow them outside to fight under the stars. Either way, neither of them knew themselves privy to any of that sordid business of demons and dice and maths. Of all things, oh, gods, no, anything but that. But what they did know was that Tawny's old haunt was closer than ever, and it was getting late. Sleep would be a nice thing indeed.